Okay, great. I will share my screen. Okay, so what should you expect from today's session is we will be more looking after uh, like the overview. Okay, considering that you are very new to SAP. Okay, some of you maybe must have worked on SAP, but considering everyone, we will be um going from the very beginning. Okay, then we will be looking after the project scope, what we will cover in this particular whole course, and then we will go to the syllabus, what syllabus we have. Okay, so you can hear me, all of you? Great, 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 great. Okay. We will first go through like what is SAP, who can learn SAP, and SAP as a career. Okay, what career we have in SAP. So everyone here must be looking to learn new skill set and then to change their profession and get into the SAP. Okay. So basically, what is SAP, or what SAP stands for is System Applications and Products in Data Processing. Okay, so SAP is a short form of this thing, and then SAP is basically a German-based company, okay, who has their own ERP software. They have developed their own ERP software. So they started in 1972. Okay, so from that time, they like our Android phone, we can understand. Like when the Android came into the market, it was not having that many features. It was very small or very few applications. And day by day, it started growing. They came up with new versions or new updates, and then we are using the latest version right. So SAP has grown in the same manner. SAP started in 72. They built a small software, then going through the processes through all over the industries, different industries. They have built the software. Okay, and now SAP is the leading ERP software all over the world. Okay, almost 70 to 75% of the market they are dominating. So so who is nearby SAP? So I would say no one is nearby SAP at this moment. But competitors, we would say Oracle and Microsoft are the competitors. Microsoft Dynamics is the Microsoft's ERP software. So I have seen companies who have Oracle or who have Microsoft. They have used it for maybe 8 to 10 years, and now they are switching to SAP. So many people, many students have taught who came from the Oracle background. They had ERP experience as a consultant in Oracle, and they then because of no scope, no future scope, they are moving to SAP now. Okay. So after this, like almost 50 years, okay, so no one is there in like SAP is working in all of the industries, pharmaceutical, automobile, service industry, banking, all of the industries they are working. Maybe somewhere I feel like banking, maybe they are not, they are lagging behind. Okay, Oracle is at they have a good hold in banking, but SAP is also improving in banking. So SAP has core like multiple modules. What I find is it is more than 60 modules now SAP has. So in SAP, the basic modules are SAP FICO, then materials management, sales and distribution, production planning, and HR. Okay, but the very core are MM, SD, and FICO, PP. These are very core modules. If someone is implementing SAP, you should consider they will have SAP MM, they will have SAP FICO, and they will have sales and distribution. Okay. Now maybe it's a trading company. Now when it's a manufacturing company, they will be using production planning too. Okay. Just a minute. I want to check, maybe someone is. waiting in the lobby. You can hear me, everyone? Okay. Okay, 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 okay. I'm trying to find this Google sharing. Yeah, here it is. View. Okay, fine. Yeah. So So we were at like SAP. Okay, these are the core modules. Okay, so whenever a new company wants to implement a software, so they will have these particular things. Because of this, you can understand the like scope for these modules in the market. So MM, SD, and PP, usually whenever you will join any company in IT company or manufacturing company, you will find for these people there are jobs. Okay. Now there is another point like saturation. Okay, there can be a saturation for all of these modules, but I would say because new companies are implementing, so more consultants are required. So there is still a lot of there are still a lot of companies who are going to implement SAP. And apart from that, every company who has implemented SAP, they are going for the upgrades. Okay, like Android, we just go and update it. Okay, so SAP is not that simple. It's not just a click and it will get updated. It needs a full team of all consultants, and then these whole team will upgrade it to the coming version. Okay, the latest version. So this is the thing. Like for SAP, what is the scope and all of these things. Now, basically, what is ERP? Okay, so ERP is it's a software which records every transaction and movement in your company. Okay. So before going back in past, people used to write down in the books, okay, what things came into my company. So they will write, okay, this material came for this much of quantity and all of these things. So obviously there was a lot of chance where there will be different things will be happening, like people will be making frauds and all of these things. Okay. So now then SAP or ERP came into the picture. Now everything what is happening in our company is recorded in the software. Okay. So we can understand starting from like we can understand I have a company, and then a material is coming into the company inside the gate. Okay. At that time, the person who is sitting on the gate, he will do the gate entry. Okay, so that one truck has is coming inside. The the driver's name is so and so, and which against which invoice or which purchase order it is coming inside. So that there will be a record what is coming in. Then he will be weighing the truck on the weigh bridge. Okay, so what is the weight? Okay, weight is 5 tons. And while going back again, they will weigh it and they will check whether the remaining weight means something else is going in the truck or not. These kind of things. So all of these things are integrated with SAP, like weighbridge, which is weighing the truck. This is also integrated with SAP, can be integrated with SAP, and all things from the material which is coming in and from the material which is going out, everything is recorded in the system. Okay, so the materials management, like procurement, then inventory management when my material is inside, then the production planning, like manufacturing, the planning of the production, all of these things. Now SAP has came up from 2015. SAP has changed a lot. They came into S4 HANA. Okay, I would say it's a new upgrade. for SAP. Okay, so in this upgrade, they have changed the interface, they have changed the database, they have made the system more faster, and they are coming with more innovative things like artificial intelligence, or they are also coming with the reporting dashboards. Okay, all of these things, they have new tools for that. So the ERP is something which is handling all your needs, and it is recording all your transaction and movement in the whole company. Okay. So after this, okay, procure to pay. Now, I would say in what we are going to learn is SAP materials management. In S/4HANA, we call it as sourcing and procurement. So, someone if you got a call for interview from an HR, she will say, "Are you a SAP sourcing and procurement consultant?" So, yes, you are. Okay. So, still HRs are also not saying sourcing and procurement. They are still on MM only. But okay. Then there are two sub modules, I would say, in materials management. One is procurement, and the second is inventory management. So in procurement, what we have, like I would just take you through a procure to pay cycle. Okay, what will be the one procure to pay cycle, and other uh, types of procurements will be handled through this. Okay. So basically, in a company, there is a requirement which is generated. Someone from your any of the department, they need some material. So what they will do, they will come. Suppose your maintenance department needs consumables like grease, oil, and cotton. So what they will do is they will come and create a purchase requisition, adding the materials into that and whatever quantity they need. Okay, that is determination of requirements. Then it will go for source determination, in which the purchase requisition which is raised, which is created, it will first go for approval. After approval, it will be received at procurement department. Okay, they will be able to process it. So what they will do, they will find a vendor outside source, okay, from whom we can buy this material, and then they will float a requirement for them that okay, we need these all materials, so what is your quotations for this. So once we receive the quotation, we will select one of the vendor. Okay, suppose we send to three vendors, then by comparing the price, terms of delivery, and all of these things, we finalize one vendor. Okay. So after finalizing, then we create a purchase order and give it to them. So purchase order, again, it is referred to the quotation. Okay, there is requisition, quotation, then purchase order. So now this purchase order, when the vendor will receive, he will start processing. He will take his own time, and then he will provide the material to us. So when we receive the material, when we receive it on the gate, so that time we do a goods receipt. We receive the material in our inventory in SAP or in any of the ERP. So we receive it in the system and inside the company physically. So once this is done, now the payment part starts. So in this, whatever invoice what he has provided, so we book the invoice in the system, and then as per the payment terms, like maybe immediate payment, 30 days, 90 days, we pay to the vendor. Okay. So this was just an overview of how the procure to pay cycle works. Okay. Apart from this, in inventory, what we have is whenever we receive the material, so after receiving the material, we keep it in our warehouse. We call it a storage location. So how the movement between the locations will be done from one location to another location, and then how the material will be issued to production. Okay, how the production guys will request you, and how the user will be issuing the material to production. Then physical inventory. Okay, so physical inventory is something like within a month. or a quarter or yearly, we do check the inventory. Like in system, it is showing 5 tons, and now we will go and check whether it really exists. Okay. So these things come into the inventory management. Okay. So these two, I have given an overview of two sub-modules what we have in procurement. So we are going to learn about these two things. Okay. Then SAP, like I told you, SAP has came up with S/4HANA in 2015. Okay. So right in 2015, I suppose no one was using that. After 2018-19, people have started looking or using Fury. Okay, Fury is just a platform to work on. It's a web-based platform. You will get a link, web link, and there you will be uh, this kind of here you can see these kind of tiles will be there. Okay, so one tile will be for purchase order, manage purchase order. So once you click on it, then you can create a purchase order. Okay, and this was the old interface. Here we were going and entering the transaction over here. Sorry, transaction over here, and one screen used to open on the same software, and then we used to enter all of the things. We are going to go through all of not screens but very detailed in through all of the tabs and menus what we have. Okay, so when S4 HANA came into the picture, then there was a upgrade required from the older version to S4 HANA. So this upgrade has created a lot of jobs and also modules. Okay, so SAP Fury is one of the module which is introduced when we came to S4 HANA. Okay, then SAC, SAP Analytics Cloud is one of the module. Then again, many things are changed in MM. I would say configurations and the use of S/4HANA is quite different than the older version. Okay, so they have not changed in one upgrade itself, but they are changing it through one by one when they are releasing a new upgrade. So they are changing many things into or taking to S/4HANA. Okay. So interface is one of the things which you will it will appear to you. Okay, you will understand it. Then these are some of the SAP modules. Okay, almost even I checked, so I found almost 62 modules which are there in SAP itself. And as I told you, like SD, MM, FI, PP, these are the core modules. Like every company will have. Okay, so this is the way SAP has transformed the S/4HANA. In 2015, they started with 15.11. 15.11 is just a version. Okay, year 15 and 11th month, November, they released this. Then 16, 10, 17. Every year they are releasing one new upgrade. Okay, so now we are working in 2022 right now. So then, like who can learn SAP is like anyone who is fresher, who just came out, who has just done a graduation, or anyone who has a domain, okay, who has worked in procurement or inventory, all of these areas in any manufacturing company. But apart from this, anyone, even people from software are coming, they are moving to functional modules. Okay, so there are two types of modules basically. One is functional and one is technical. So technical module is Fury, ABAP, where you need to code things. Okay, these we call it as technical modules, and functional are in a layman terms where you don't need to code is functional, but it has a wide area under it. Like the you should be aware of like SAP MM is a functional module. You should be aware of all the process which are going on in the industry or in a company. Then what is the paper movement of that? And each thing into that process you need to understand. Okay, so Then we have Okay. So what functional consultant is doing in a company? Okay. So when you go for an implementation, we have the phases of implementation we have differently. I have organized it for your better understanding. But just to give an overview is when you go in a company to implement SAP, so at that time, what you do is you first understand what they are doing right now, how they are doing it. Okay. So what I have observed is many company do have some wrong practices. Okay, because of they are not using proper ERP. They have incorrect practices what they are following. So what we do is we go, we understand their current process, and as per our experience, as per our knowledge, industry standards, we suggest them the correct way or the correct process. How should they do this? Okay, and then we show them how that works in SAP. Okay, then we give the solutions. Then what we do is we do once the process are understood by us and we have proposed them uh, what and how this will happen in SAP. Then when they are fine with that, they agree to that, then we start to configure the system. Then what is configuration? Okay, this question, as we will move forward, you will understand. But we have to do something. We have to tailor the system as a functional consultant. So we configure the system and we configure all of the process, and then this process we show to them. Like what are the process? Suppose domestic procurement, import procurement, then service procurement, then subcontracting, stock transfer, asset procurement, all of these process. Then inventory management, we have multiple things. Then once we show to them, once we configure and show to them, once they agree, then we move to the user training. Once the user training is done, and then we start the cutover activity, which is the pre-stage of going live. Going live means they will start working on SAP from the go live date. Okay, and then we have a after go live support for 1 month, 2 months. So usually the duration of project is 8 to 12 months. Okay, and that depends how bigger is the like customer enterprise structure. It depends on that. Okay. Then what and where you can join, or where you have a scope, or where you will get jobs. So one is in IT company and in manufacturing companies. So IT companies, all TCS, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, everyone is having SAP. Okay, means they are giving the services to the customers for SAP. So you can join there. Then the other is like manufacturing. So usually what happens is the companies who are bigger in size, what are they doing is rather than giving the work to any external company, they are setting up their own IT companies or IT teams, and then they are doing the work inside itself within the company or within the group. So these manufacturing companies are also good. They have good stable career. So you can join it over there also. Okay. So after that, what are the salaries? Like these trends are changing day by day. But freshers are getting 2 to 5 lakhs, then 3 to 5 years of experience do get 5 to 12. It depends on like which company you are going and what is the location. Then 5 to 10 years, 10 to 30 LPA they are paying lakhs per annum. Then 10 plus year is 20 plus. Okay, that can go till I've seen people earning 55 lakhs. Okay, so like from 30 to or from the higher side, from 25 to 50, I've seen people earning in SAP per annum. Okay, okay. Then what? we have is okay. So the course structure or the syllabus, we have a website sapcertificationhub.com. Okay, here we have a course. Okay, so the date is the older one, so please don't mind for that. So I'll just go to the uh, syllabus over here or the content. Okay. So these things we are going to cover in our whole course. Okay. So the way I'm teaching is first we will go through like the basic things and considering you don't know, you have not worked in manufacturing or you don't have a experience, you are a fresher. So what is a company, how the company structure is, then what is procurement, what are different type of procurements. Okay, so see here, why learn SAP MM? Okay, from very basic. Okay, how the course is taught. So we'll go again through this, but I'm just letting you know that how the course is taught is we first learn the business process. Okay, because SAP is a software which is used uh, to accommodate the business process. Okay, so first we need to know what are the business process, what are the scenarios into that, and then we can perform that in SAP. Okay, so first we'll understand the business process, then we'll do the hands-on on SAP. So SAP basically has, we can say there are two roles. One is end user and the second is consultant. So end user is someone like I'm a purchaser. So I'll be having 4 to 5 transactions. I'll be having access to only procurement related things. But the consultant knows everything, everything in a sense like from the requirement, which is purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, invoice verification. The these are different for users, I would say, end users. They will be doing these transactions. But as a consultant, you will be knowing all of the transactions, reports, and in detail. So now the SAP market demands are like with more like S4HANA. So what we are going to do, whatever we are going to learn in both of the platforms, the older one and the newer one. The older one because many companies are on the older version right now. They are moving to the newer version. So when you go to any of the company, so now they are expecting both of the things. Okay. So you should also know S/4HANA. So whatever we will do in the older version, ECC, that we will be also performing in S/4HANA. Okay. Then after once we do the hands-on, or I would say all the processes in SAP in ECC S/4HANA, then we will move to the configuration part. Okay. So configuration is to build the system. So we will learn to build this the whole SAP MM things, all the whole structure, the process, and everything. So once this is done, then we will learn how to develop things. Develop is like many clients ask you for different reports, okay, which SAP standard is not providing. So you need to build it. So for building, what is our role? We don't code for that, but we know the technical part, or we know the database, we know the tables behind all the transactions, and then we take the requirement for what report the customer wants, and then we create a functional specification document in which we mention like from which table, database table, what is to be picked and where it should be passed, and then the whole report will be built. Okay, all of these things. So once the FS is done, we provide it to the technical guys, then they code. Then once the coding is done, we test it and then we give it to the customer. So all of these part we are going to learn. Then data upload is one of the most important thing which you will find, which you have to do, because MM module has a lot of work while the cutover activity. What is cutover? No, no worries. We'll be learning that while before go live, I would say, before any system is going live. So we have to do as MM consider a lot of data upload. So how it is done, what are the challenges into that, all of these things we are going to learn. Okay. And then we'll be going through like how to install SAP. Okay. Then SAP installation, I would be telling you. Then I'll be providing you like SAP server access, okay, which is not provided by me or not provided by us. We get it from external sources or vendors, and then I'm giving it to you so you can use it to practice. Then SAP has provided direct access to Fury, okay, which is free. We have it for, we can use it for 3 months to 6 months, I guess. So that how to do that, we'll be going through that. Then the Fury applications, whatever new applications are coming, once we see the Fury dashboard, you'll more understand about the Fury applications. Okay. So, what are the new applications coming and how to check that? Where are that? We will be looking after that also. Okay. Then, what are the landscapes in SAP? Development, quality, production, all of these things. What are the methods through which we implement SAP? Okay. Then what are the documents for implementation? We are going to go through all of the documents in detail. The business requirement document is the base of the project. Okay. So we are going through that also. I'll be showing you right after this. Then we will start for each transaction. What are the transaction? So the basic question will be what is purchase requisition? Okay, so what is it is the first question, and then how it is done in SAP. What are the reports in the older version in Fury? Okay, and how even the purchase requisition is created in Fury. Okay, now from here we will be working on both the things, the older version and newer version. We will be performing everything in both the versions. Then master data, then all of the procurements, domestic import service, all procurements. Then some different configurations which are required. Okay, then inventory management, physical inventory reservation, and then we'll go to the configuration. And last, we have interview questions. Questions is like there will be one-to-one, me and you. We will be understanding how does the things work. Okay, just a minute. Hello, hello. Okay, sorry. So all of these things. Now I will just take you through the document first. Okay, sorry. So this is a basic document, okay, which is required in any of the implementation. We call it as business requirement document. Okay, so you'll understand. So we will be learning project oriented. Okay, so this is the document of one of the implementations done. Okay, similar to that. So we will be having the document. So all of these documents, even you can uh, use it for your implementation project. Okay. So here we will be having all details like this. Okay, the org structure, requisition, quotation, contract. I'll just take you through one of the document. Okay. So here is introduction, then abstract, then org structure, what is client, company, company code. Okay, this is a document which we provide to our customer. And once, okay, then once it is for their understanding. Okay, and considering they don't know anything, we give all the brief about this. Then we have like plant, any organization, how many plants they have. Then we have to show that its name. Then we have this org structure, which has plant, purchasing, group, purchasing organization. Okay, once we start learning, we come from the next session. Okay, so basically we have three demo sessions. Okay, this one is more as an overview, what things we are going to learn or how we are going to learn, what is SAP, what is the SAP market, how is the scope, all of these things. Okay. So then procurement process. Okay. So in this demand determination, all this is a write-up, I would say. Then master data. So here you can see we will be more showing about SAP now. Okay. Then going forward, I would just take you to one of the process. Okay. Yeah, sure. Tell me. Okay, just I think no problem, no problem. Okay, thanks for telling me that because for me it is fine, so I cannot understand how it is looking for you. Great. Just a minute, view single page. I think this will work. Yeah, even I will. Is it okay now? Okay. So we have all of the details, but something like where we start to show them SAP or terms from SAP is like purchasing document. Okay. So in this, I would show you just a minute. I'll show you one process so that you'll understand the document in a better way. Okay, now domestic procurement. So see, here we have overview, okay, which is as is. As is something what they are doing right now before SAP. Then we 9.1 or any first point is what they are doing right now as is. Then we start for 2B. Okay. So here requirements and SAP solution as per best practice. So when we understand as is, we also understand something which they are doing and SAP standard is not providing. So we need to write it here. Okay, requirements, any add-on requirements from their side. So after that, we have this, we have to prepare a flow chart as per their process and show here in the document so that, see, reading, I would say, the people whom you are dealing while implementation, uh, they are at a very senior level, okay, from whom you are gathering the requirement. They are at a very senior level, like it will be senior managers or directors of the company. Okay, so you have to be very the document which you prepare should be very quick and easy to understand for them. So we need to also prepare the flow charts of the process, okay, with the transactions and how it will flow. Then we have the same thing written in words because few extra things which the process flow chart cannot describe. We need to write that. So again, the same thing with a descriptive way we have to write it. Okay. Then is there any gap? What is gap? SAP standard is not providing, but they are expecting. So this is a gap. So that we need to write it here. Then we tell them or we show them the reports what we have in SAP. Okay, so reports are of both like the older version and the Fury. Both of the reports we need to show them. We need to write it over here. Then any developments what we have to do, like we have to like if you see purchase order format, every company is having their own. Every company have their own format, terms and condition, all of these things. So we have to develop it. Okay, so that will be one of the development which we will always have in any of the companies. Okay. So this is one part. Then, if there is any release strategy that we need to define it over here, the document types, it is a configuration part related to each type of transaction or process. So that we need to show them here. Then cutover activity before go live. What is the tool we are going to use to upload the data? So that is LTMC. We'll come to the tools later on. That time you will understand. So all of these details, then user roles and authority matrix. Okay. So which user will have access to which transaction? This also we need to ask them. We need to give them a format and then they will fill into that and then they will give it to us. With the help of these format, it is to be the basis team has to work on it. Okay. And they have to configure in such a way. So this is one process which I have shown you. So the document you can see this is a 79 pages of document. So um, uh, like when you are working as a consultant, you have to prepare this document. Now this particular document, each word I have prepared with understanding and reading everything. Okay. So this is a BRD document. So we have multiple documents. Uh, like here you can see we have multiple documents. Okay, we are going to go through all of the documents. Okay, just for now, I will take you to this Fury. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so this is SAP website. Okay, so they provide us a trial version. So I will be just logging into the version. You can do it with your email address. The link will be provided to you. So there is one SAP Universal ID. Okay. They have some duration for which they will provide you the SAP access. So this is SAP Fury dashboard, or I would say screen. Okay. So here we have different applications. Now this is provided by SAP. So SAP is not providing module wise. They are providing for all of the modules. Okay. So here you can see we have procurement. Okay. So manage purchase order. So this is called a tile. Okay. So these are Fury tiles. So we have tiles for all of our transactions. So once we just a minute, one joint. Okay. So once we access the Fury or a tile, if I go inside this, okay. So this is my purchase order and all details regarding that. Then we have filters over here. So this is the way what a tile works. And if you see, I would like to show you the older version of SAP. Okay, something system like this will be provided to you. Now this is SAP logon. Okay, so the process for any of the end user or any of the consultant is on your screen. You will be having this particular logon. Okay, then this is the connection. We will go in more detail. Okay, right now I just wanted to show you the screen. So I'm how to log in, what is SAP logon, what is password, what is client on the front screen, everything we are going to do. Okay. So now this is the older version. For consultants, we have 95 to 98% we have to use the older one to configure the system. Okay. To do process, we can use both. But the end user, now the companies who are going for SAP Fury, they are using the Fury platform, which is this one, similar to this. Okay. It will look same. But many companies are not going through, not going to Fury. Okay. So what they are doing is for purchase order, this is the screen. Okay. So this is the older ECC version of the graphics. Okay, and this is the newer version. So if I click on create purchase order, so you can see the difference between the interface. Okay, so these are the fields which you need to enter. Now these fields are same as this. Okay, you will find these same fields in Fury, but just the interface is different. Now, many people find this convenient because here you can use tab and all of these things. Or people, it is not with the people also, it is with the company what they want to adopt, whether they want to go with the latest one. Okay. Now, here they have to select, they can directly enter or select it from here. Okay. So these two different interfaces we have. Okay, I'll just go back. Yep. Okay. The other things we will start like almost we have went through this, but we'll again go point by point through this, and I'll be explaining you in more detail like how to install, what is SAP Fury library, and all of these things. Okay. So for today's session, I have planned these many things for next from the next demo session. We will be more going through all of the whatever we have in the content. Okay. So most probably we'll be covering this all things and then the implementation methodology. Okay. Then next to that, we'll go through the implementation documents. Okay. So I would like to know if you have anyone of you have any query or anything you want to ask. Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is two and yeah, weekly 3 days, 2.5 month. Yes. But it is from Monday. The next class will be on Monday. Yeah. And from Monday we are starting. Okay. Yeah, same timings, 9:30 to then 10:30. Okay. Mostly in the starting it is 1 hour, but what happens is after three lectures, it will increase to 1.5 hour. Okay. Because the topics we need to when we start, we need to complete that in one session for the better understanding. Okay. So it goes till 1.5 hour. Yeah, yeah, means navigation is like uh, we have a transaction which will take you to the Fury. Okay, but the screen will be same. We'll be going through the same screen for Fury. Yeah, means what happens in Fury is for training now we what screen we have seen. Okay, this is the screen. Okay, so here we will have multiple tiles or sales module is also here. But when you go, you are actually you are using the system and you are the user. You will see only procurement tiles. Okay, so you will have 5 to 6 tile access, and only that many you can see on your screen. Uh, when you click on it, only the authorizations which are provided to you. Suppose there are two plants, but you are working in 1100 plant. So only 1100 things you can do. You cannot do 1200 plant things. Okay. So for our learning, we will be having this screen. Okay. This is a cloud access provided by SAP itself. Okay.